Good morning, beautiful people all over Kenya. Thank you for joining us for yet another episode right here of, it's not an episode actually, but our show, the mid-morning show right
our
here.
Amazing show.
At our Farmers Media.
With the young farmers, young farmer Z.
Yes, this is young farmer Z. Call me Zaitun Ali alongside
Basike Muto.
Yes, thank you for tuning in today. It is a beautiful Tuesday.
Yes.
How is your morning looking like?
It was cold. I was here at around 6, so it was really, really cold. But I don't know if the sun is outside. I
think imagine yesterday it rained.
It did.
Actually, yes, it rained.
Where?
So much. Even when we wanted to go home, even in the evening, it was raining. And when I reached home, it was also raining. So I'm wondering, is the rainy season back in? March
is the rainy season.
Yes, it's normally a rainy season. March, April, yeah.
March and April.
So people, yes.
What wanapanda saizi?
I am not so sure.
Please tell us.
Yes,
tell us.
Be sure to tell us, and also remember the social media handles are at Farmers Media. That is on Instagram, on YouTube. It's the same. Farmers Media. Also on Facebook.
We are live.
Yes, we are live on YouTube
currently.
and Facebook. So
yes,
be sure to catch us through from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And the topic is going to be amazing.
Today, Kwanzaa.
Yes. But,
we are loaded. Today we are loaded.
A lot loaded.
Yes.
What we were asking ourselves, it's going to be more like a debate kinda.
It's
because
kind of a debate.
It's kind of a debate because I think we have different opinions about this, but we just wanted to ask first of all the people out there: do farmers need an education? And if yes, what kind of education?
What kind of education? Or which level
of education
do farmers need?
Yeah.
Mtu anafika wapi? Primary?
Is
high
it
school?
Supposed to be formal, non-formal?
Campus.
What kind of education? Yeah. Do what's the job description that a farmer needs
to have?
What kind of skills?
Yeah, so today is going to be hot in here.
Yes.
So we want you guys to engage in this conversation. Tell us if you're a farmer, how you found your education, how is it helping you, and what have you learned that is different from what we're going to do. Wamesoma journalism and they decided to venture into a farmer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
let us know.
Agriculture.
Maybe kusoma agriculture.
After when you were agriculture in high school, most of them did not even end up becoming farmers.
Farmers, yes.
So it is something that you need to know today, and we're just going to educate you on, not actually educate, maybe just give you information on what kind of skills maybe a farmer needs to
have.
Yes, to have, so that one is managed to pass through the day-to-day activities right here in the farm every single day. Okay, so yes, kama kawaida, the Facebook,
Farmers Media.
Yes, holla at us on the comment section.
Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, exactly.
Farmers with a Z. Don't forget Farmers with a Z on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
You can also comment on our personal pages. _mkemi on Instagram and
Ali _Zaitun.
So you can DM us and tell us. Tell us, we'll actually read your comments before the end of the show. Engage in this conversation. It's going to be a very, very, very amazing sort of debate. It's not a really debate, but let's call it a debate for today.
So there's a study. There's a study that was saying...
You did the study?
Not me.
You're investigating the study.
An American study was saying that when you look at farmers, those with no education, it's like 1%. Those with the high school certificates is like 30%
of the farm.
And those with a certificate, a degree, is like 32%. Not actually a degree, but a certificate, CERT. Like you've not done your degree yet. It's like 32%. Then the degree, bachelor's degree, is like 38%. And master's degree is 0%, actually.
Okay.
Doctorate, PhD, that one, 0%. So I don't know how true this is.
This
maybe
can
farmers
be.
outside there
Can tell us. So maybe there's a person who out here was done a doctorate.
And you are a farmer.
And he or she actually ventured into farming. You can let us know.
Exactly.
At least we see.
Exactly.
Yeah, we do our own study. Tell us where you've reached with your level of education and you are a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so do you as Mercy think that education, actually the formal education, is necessary for a farmer to succeed in this
farming
industry?
not really.
Why?
This is, like farming, it's a skill. It's an art, actually. Let's call it an art. Farming is an art that you acquire the skills. That's why you're saying mtu huku nje anaweza kuwa amesomea journalism, and he or she is actually a farmer, and there's a person out there doing perfectly well in farming, but hajakanyaga shule, hata ajui venye classroom door venye inakaa. So I don't think formal education is that needed for you to be a successful farmer.
So unataka kusema you don't even need to do like agriculture for you now to come and venture into farming.
Just
venture into farming.
Yeah, you actually can. It's a process.
Yeah.
As I said, it's an art. Yeah. So it's a learning process. To do a job, by the way, I did this wrong, so tomorrow you're not going to repeat the same mistake.
But I think there's one story that one time we were in like class, I think grade 5. Now it's grade 5.
Grade 5.
For us it was
class 5.
So there was this teacher who told another boy, you know what? Hata ukinisumbua kwa hii shule, hata ukinisumbua kwa hii darasa, unajua hii hesabu, hata kama unataka kwa makanga lazima uko unajua hii hesabu.
Yes. The same science.
I'm like, okay. So hata uchali akatishika, the little boy yake akatishika so much.
Okay, like in everything in this life,
haiko inaingia. He was just not a fan of studying. He was not a fan. Yani curriculum was not his thing, honestly. But he was a really amazing swimmer. A really amazing swimmer and an amazing footballer. Aki alikuwa anashinda everyone else, but now when it comes to studies, it was disaster. But
struggled.
Waliwe alikuwa like hii hesabu lazima ujue.
Lazima ingie by force.
So that is why I think also even the society is trying to say that if you need to become a farmer, there are things like the pesticides that you need to read, the instructions, there are things like financial management in the farm, that you need the basic knowledge of formal education for you to be able to achieve this.
You remember back in not actually high school, this was primary, you used to have these motions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity. So I'm going to oppose this motion today. I'll be the one. I think formal education is not that needed. You are supporting it. I'm going to oppose.
Because there's you need to know the mathematics. Actually, yes, maybe I agree with my teacher, because you need to know the maths for you to know financial management, management. You get. You need to also know how to read and even just take in information in the best possible ways, because there are a lot of trainings out here that farmers need to do. There are a lot of pesticides maybe that need instruction.
But training is not part of formal.
But you see, you need to also be able to grasp the information well. And how can you get this? Through education.
So you're going to change my mind today.
That one. So for me, I strongly stick there. But also again, let me just read something for you. The thing that this study that we were looking at, the one with the percentage, concluded that education is important to improvement of agricultural productivity, such that formal education actually opens the mind of the farmer to knowledge, okay? And non-formal education gives the farmer hands-on training and better methods of farming. And informal education, again, keeps the farmer abreast with changing. So unaona, formal education iko hapo ya kwanza, inasema inafungua mind ya the farmer, opens the mind of the farmer to knowledge. Non-formal education, hands-on.
There's no way you're going to
approach.
Win this motion.
That's not formal.
That's not formal.
The informal education, the one that maybe learn from the internet, from technology, from smart farming, blah blah blah. Now it helps him as they keep on changing. So for me, I think I go.
Tell us who's supporting me and who's supporting Zaitun. Let us know. Comment down below in our comment section at a Farmers Media.
Exactly. We'd like to know, how did you learn your skill of farming?
Farming. How did you get to know? Maybe people.
Is it self-taught? Or did you learn?
Did you go to school? Exactly, agriculture. Did agriculture?
Yeah. Did you learn agriculture? How did you? Was it formal, informal, or non-formal? Like we've seen over there. So
which technical course did you do in high school? Technical, like agriculture, business, home science.
I did home science actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I did home science.
I also did home science, and I'm here, journalist.
Exactly.
people are like, you did home science, na unafanya nini kwa journalist? You
I
should
think
be
now
in
CBC has come to help people out,
actually,
because we did so many things that are currently not making sense personally, but not to say education is not important.
It is important,
it is,
actually,
for sure, but
very important.
Now CBC actually is giving someone a chance to specialize on something that they know they are really good at, and I think that's the way to go right now. So farmers out there, if you did agriculture, because most of the people who did agriculture, my God, right now, if I can tell, none of them is a farm. Okay, I think 1 to 2% are the farmers. Ni vile tu ile kuna mwenye alikuwa tu na psyche. I just need to know how these are planted. I want to maybe someone who loved thing around chicken, the livestock, so they were very interested with that, or someone who saw maybe their parents farming, and so they took it up. Exactly. Utapata akisi nini, but wale wase walikuwa wametoka Ocha, siko but wale walikuwa wametoka Ocha ile time ndio wengi sana walikuwa wanafanya agriculture because they've seen. Yeah, and now this one house
they see agriculture, ukifanya agriculture like what's exactly. That me actually in my school didn't have agriculture. It's weird.
But there was something you were telling me about how the effects of education on agriculture. Actually, you were saying about these people don't need agriculture to get certain things in the farm, but maybe you remember telling me like the savings,
the savings, but you know, like let's use an example of our grandparents. Basically, did they? I've never asked, but I don't think if they went to school. I don't think they went to a class and learned agriculture, but maybe class 1, maybe at most nikufika class 4. Ukishafika class 4 unacha shule. You are done. Like umefika maximum. That's with our great grandparents, I think. So, but they were still very, very successful farmers.
Yes.
But now with the change, the increase in population, with the change of technology and everything, now I don't think I'm going to side with you. Education is, but we'll see that before the end of the show. Maybe I'm going to get supporters who are going to support me in this.
Right now we're just trying to see and analyze some of the studies that people are saying over here, and there's another one saying this one is actually siding with Mercy, and it's saying effects of the education on agriculture, like when it comes to the type of farm inputs or equipment that you're using.
It's not determined by the level of education.
Exactly, because that 57% of the farmers without the schooling are still managing to use the inputs, and the equipment. Exactly, but now the thing is, this study is saying 88% use the herbicides, insecticides, the weeds, those ones, the farm inputs, and 18% of the farmers use pumps for irrigation purposes, and 41% use the fertilizer. So
either organic or inorganic.
Exactly. So current is of input or equipment is not determined actually by the level of education, because most of them, like 57% of those who use these, have not even gone to school. But now tell me, how do you get the knowledge of how to use all these? So how does it come in?
I'll take you back when we started the show. Told you, farming is an art, and your land is your, let me call it equipment, not equipment, but is your place of art now, and you're going to practice this art. It's like drawing a person. Today nitakuchora, you won't come out perfect, but tomorrow if I do it again, nitakuwa nakaribia being perfect. So practice makes perfect. The more we do it, the more I get to learn. Like the consistency of it. Like tomorrow I'll realize, but I'm not going to use this fertilizer. Let me try the other one out. Now there's nowhere education is coming in here. it's my knowledge. It's my But reading and writing, like read and write. It's important.
It is.
But I won't support like fully you go to campus and everything so that you can become a successful farmer.
You do agree it
read and write.
Yes, the formal education also inachangia in this success of this farmer. That is it. But what we are actually trying to say is the debate, yes, in or out, yes or no. But the thing is, a form of education is needed. Now, what we want to dwell in is, does it have to be the formal education, or can we just use even the non-formal or the training education to just teach the farmer? And what kind of education does this farmer need? when it comes to farming. So yes, it might be education is really important, but not the formal that I'm saying. But yeah, we just want to dwell in some of those aspects and see that what is the importance of farmer education. So for me, what I would say is yes, I agree. The trainings really come out very well with the farmers, and farmers at some point they need some education. And yeah, it may not be formal, but the part of people saying that PhD hakuna farmer, hiyo inakaa ni uongo. That is a lie.
We're going to do our own research. That's how we told our for Kenyans, farmers, tell us if you're out there, you've done your PhD, you've done your masters, and you're venturing into farmer, and you're a successful farmer. Tell us, umefika wapi, umesoma umefika wapi. We're going to do our own research, and we find out the exact number. Am I the correct one?
Exactly. That's what
yes.
we do actually.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
We have trainings like this for which farmers go on seeds, on fertilizers, the best fertilizer to use, all those kind of trainings. Are they considered part of education?
Yes.
Which one?
I would say none or in non-formal. Yeah.
So it's a form of non-formal education.
It's a form of education, and farmer education is huge actually.
Yeah.
And part of the trainings is part of the non-formal education that really is very important for a farmer's success in terms of ensuring sustainability in food production.
Yeah.
So training definitely has to be there. Yes.
Like
has to be
for
there.
training, I'm going to urge my fellow people who are supporting me in this motion.
Yes.
Training is part of the education that farmers need.
Yes.
You're going to look at some of the importance of farmers' education.
Yes.
Like why does a farmer need some knowledge in education?
In agriculture.
Or in agriculture.
Yes,
let's call it agricultural education.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe the first one, the end goal of educating this farmer is just to ensure food security and sustainability in food production. That's just the end goal, honestly.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Exactly, at the end of the day. And through this, there are certain factors that come along. So things like when I'm farming, how am I ensuring that I'm keeping the environment safe? Against global warming, against climate change and all. So how to use less harmful products
in the farm, in your crops,
the farm, so that you can be able to maintain the environment. So that is just one of the basic reasons that the farmer needs education. Lazima wajue tu.
I think
carbon monoxide inatengenezwa aje. Unaona, that's why now we are coming again back to akina chemistry. So without the knowledge of that, how do you even know what carbon monoxide is?
Yeah.
Sulfur, global warming. How do you know? How do you get to know? So you see, it is really even for me. I also support that. Also, the formal education is really important. Inakupatia at least a background knowledge on what we are talking about when it comes to farming. Most of the farming activities, for me, I feel as much as they are practice and skill, they're more of science.
So, yeah.
Yes, they have a science beat that people need to know, of which, yes, it can be learned over time, over a specific period of time. It can be passed on to you, the knowledge down but also if you manage to get the education itself in school, it is even important.
Actually, what farmers should know that they produce 75% of the food that Kenyans, let's use Kenyans, of the 75% of the food of what we consume, of the food that we consume, it comes from farmers. Yes. This means that they are the main providers of raw materials, because at the end of the day, most of the things comes from the farm. So they should get at least this knowledge, knowing that if I'm planting sugarcane, I have to put in more effort. I have to be clear on what exactly to do, because at the end of the day, I'm going to produce sugar for a very huge population.
Exactly. And you remember there's a time, I think we were doing the show with you, when we were looking at consumption and income and consumption of the smallholder farmer.
The smallholder farmer,
and
yes.
we found that the consumption in terms of education, it was the least.
The least, yeah. Because we said they don't go to school because...
Why? They don't find education that important.
That important, yeah. Because they think that, my parents are farmers. They're doing it.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, I'm going to inherit this farming. I'm going to inherit this farm that I have to keep on, that my children are going to inherit.
Yes.
So there's no way I'm going to take my children to school knowing that watarudi kwa hii shamba tu na lazima warudi kwa hii shamba, because this is our heritage, this is our pride. So we are going to encourage farmers. Education is important.
That point of education, exactly, because just in case, that one I was saying, when you educate this farmer, honestly, the food production
will increase,
increases, yes.
And their life standards, their living standards eventually increase, because increase in food production, increase of income, then eventually increase of your living standards.
Yes, so actually, not that we are forcing until at PhD or something.
No.
But it is also an eye-opener that farmers also should, especially the women in farming. Most of the women in farming are in the rural areas and were honestly neglected when it comes to education.
That's
so this is just an eye-opener to say that they also need a little bit of the
formal education.
Yes, it might. Okay, unajua watu wanaonanga kusoma wanaona sasa tunaanza
shule,
white collar jobs and all. Like farming is not for you just don't go and read until PhD and now you come to
kushika matope
and all. Yes. It is actually important. You just might find, maybe we are going to list a few. Again, we had started listing the importance of why it is important for farmer education, not only just formal, but also informal and non-formal. So we are going to list and see maybe which category that you can lie. Maybe if it's not for the formal, if you're not the formal type, it's fine. We can also check about the non-formal and informal again. So we want to take a very short commercial break before we continue with the importance of the farmer education. But remember again that Producers Direct are bringing to you another education. Yes, so we just want to...
A mandatory education. This one, they have to know.
Yes.
We're going to force it every single day in this show until we ensure that each and every farmer has been vaccinated.
Exactly.
Hashtag vaccine the farmer.
Vaccinate the farmer, especially tea, coffee farmers, all the farmers outside there. Make sure that you're vaccinated, that you're keeping safe, you're keeping you and your family safe out there. So yes, ensure unpata COVID vaccine. It is really helpful, and it's going to at least
keep you safe
and ensure your health is in check. So we're going on a short commercial break. We'll be right back as we explore more importances of farmer education. Yes.
Amaranthus, or locally known as terere, is a highly nutritious vegetable that is cultivated and consumed as a leafy vegetable in many parts of the world. It's easy to grow, matures fast, as it takes an incredible shorter period than most traditional crops. There are many species of Amaranthus, with some green and others red in color. When growing Amaranthus, ensure the soil is well drained and rich in phosphorus, and most importantly, ensure the seeds are well distributed to achieve an even spread when establishing a grain Amaranthus field. Amaranthus is especially loved for its tender leaves and for their healthy dose of ions, vitamins, and a range of minerals. Eggplant is an elongated shaped and dark purple fruit, and its leaves are large, ovate, and slightly lobed. Eggplant is a perennial crop but grown commercially as annual. Eggplant grows best in well-drained sandy loam or loam soil. The soil pH should be between 5.8 and 6.5 for best growth. Eggplant requires a regular watering and steadily warm growing conditions.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
So welcome back. Karibuni sana. And if you just joined, remember this is mid-morning show right here at Our Farmers Media with me, Zaitun Ali.
And me, Masike Munto.
Yes, and the topic has been farmer education. So do you think that educating a farmer is very essential, and which kind of education is essential: formal, non-formal, or informal. Yeah, so that's the debate, and we need you to bring your input and tell us.
What do you think?
We saw that people are trying to say that farmers do not have PhDs and masters, so we need
prove us wrong to prove them wrong, because we actually believe that there are farmers out here with PhDs and masters that are actually venturing into farming. So please let us know. And we had posted on the question of the day, which was how did you acquire your education? Was it self-taught or did you go to class? How did you acquire whatever you're doing in farming? How do you get that knowledge and the skills? Please let us know. And we're discussing about farm education, and we're trying to see the importance of farmer education. And I'm actually almost going to her side. I'm actually crossing the red carpet. Who is saying the red carpet?
You never know, because I'm also switching that side, because we were just saying about how the importance of farmer education is, and mostly we are saying that it doesn't have to be formal. Yeah,
and I'm actually started thinking that it should be formal.
Exactly.
So maybe we might be switching sides, but still continue commenting down below. We're going to read your comments before the end of the show, and we're going to tell you how many people out there having PhDs and they're not telling us, and they've ventured and they've become successful farmers.
Exactly.
So
we can see that right now.
As we were saying, the importance of farmer education.
Yes.
And you're saying once you have this knowledge, once you have the skills, you're going to know how to use the farm inputs, you're going to know how to use the equipment in the farm and everything. Therefore, this leads to less harm in the environment, because if you have the knowledge, which means you're going to read the label in your fertilizer, and you're not going to use more of it that is going to destroy your crops.
Someone even mentioned that the other time that using tractors so much in the land creates now the emissions from the tractors on the farm in a letter, at least in a this carbon whatever, and global warming. Exactly. So ISO emissions are really, honestly, so those are things that I don't think I would have known, but this one I knew informally through someone who is experienced. So
in farming, I've known from you. I didn't know about that, and actually I thought you bringing the nini into the farm, it leads the tractors into the farm. It makes your work easier and faster. You save on time, you save on labor. It has some effect. So we are here learning, and I'm going to cross the red carpet to her side probably, because I'm starting to see that there's, at least you need to have some kidogo formal education for you to
just
hack.
a little bit, maybe.
Because we were saying as farmers you need to move with the technology. Don't go stagnant.
Yes, and it's also like how markup a thing.
And
UNIDO in relations in conjunction with the UNIDO and European Union. You need a little bit of information on how to use the pesticides in the best.
They said yesterday, don't think about more fertilizer, more yields.
I get you.
No, our last show.
Yes, not yesterday though. But
our last show we said that just use the correct amount of pesticides, the correct amount of fertilizer on your farm.
That is for real. And also same case as fertilizer, we are also talking about the pesticides, and you need to know which kind of amount that you need to use on your plants. And like we said, have good understanding on the legislation of the pesticides. Also have good understanding of the product information,
the ingredients,
and the active ingredients. And
the classification.
Because now the ingredients will let you know that if this is harmful to your plants or not, harmful to your soil or not. So it is really important to have that basic knowledge about it. And this, we are saying not only just the formal education, but this you can also be given instructions there at the agro dealers. Agro dealers are also offering a form of education to farmers. This is why we are saying farmer education is really important. As they offer that education to you, you need to take keen note on which kind of pesticides you're going to use, at least for the productivity of your farm, honestly. And another thing is also you need to read clearly and interpret the information on the label. So when this agro dealer is giving you the label, make sure you're able to read it well. wanakwanga wanaandikanga zijui aje
yes,
they prescribe, you reach the house and you're like, okay,
wait, what?
2 times 1, is it 1 times 2? You see,
am I supposed to take 2? Am I supposed to take
exactly
1? Ask before
so,
leaving from your agrodila in your area.
Yes.
Just ask, okay, this is fertilizer, and okay, this is pesticide I'm going to use in my sukuma wiki. How am I going to use it?
Exactly.
If you can't see or understand the chemistry that has been written on that pesticide, ask, because I'm sure the agrodealers have good knowledge, and that's
exactly.
You go to legit.
Yes, make sure the agrodealer is legit. Yeah,
and also they should be able to differentiate between a counterfeit product and a real one.
Perfect.
Because people out here, business is business.
Don't get
you
fake.
Can start selling your mafuta and then go and steal, and same product.
That is true.
Yeah, same name but now different content inside that, and it ends up maybe destroying your hair.
Now this one
applies to the pesticides.
Exactly. These agrodealers are also in charge of ensuring that you get the knowledge well of now and how to identify. They need to show you. You see, a fake one looks like this, and it does, maybe a fake one doesn't have this, and a real one has this. Yeah. It has to have this.
Yeah,
so this agrodealer will give you keen specifications of how to detect whether or not it is fake or real.
On the agrodealers, actually, you as an agrodealer, because I'm sure this show is actually being watched even by agrodealers.
Exactly.
You have a mandate. Let's give you a mandate to ensure that you understand the farmer's problem.
Yes.
If a farmer make explain, you say, okay, whatever, man, let me just give you this. You go and use this. Understand the problem that this farmer has explained to you before selling the pesticide to this farmer. Because you're going to make this farmer gain losses if you're going to sell the wrong pesticides to him or her.
Yes.
Ensure that you understand the need and the problem that this farmer is experiencing.
Have you ever gone to a chemist and hata hujamaliza kusema nasikia tumbo tu inafanya hiyo ni actual. Najua. Hiyo ni you know. And maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's ulcers.
They're giving you and you're like, wait, I'm not even finished talking. Let me just explain my problem and how I'm feeling before you prescribing a medicine to me.
Exactly.
So, agrodealers, given your mandate, please
make sure you listen to the
farmer's need
and know
and
which
problem.
Kind of if you're in a position of maybe offering one-on-one services, you can go and check whatever problem they are getting, or maybe just a farmer can bring in a photo and just show you
that
can
this is what my crop is
so
experiencing.
Also the people who are at the agrodealers need to be very experienced, need to have the correct specifications to know which kind of problems that they're dealing with, and to have the right solutions.
And this is by them attending maybe seminars, going through we have actually even internet expertise. They can familiarize yourself with some of the problems that farmers face and what is the solution to it.
Yes, so that is courtesy of Markup, and that is why we are trying to say, I think a little bit of information and education is very important to the farmer. So Markup in relation to UNIDO and the European Union, you can check out and be sure to ask each and every question that you have for them. They'll be the best to answer. They are the plugs. We are just plugging. They are the best agrodealers. Sisi ndio plug, sisi tunakupeleka kwa wale wase. Yes. So back to the importance of farmer education, like we mentioned. And another one that I will really also want to touch on is reduced food contamination. So like we've said, if we know the right way how to use these pesticides, if we know the right way to use the fertilizers, if we know the right way to use the manures, we will have less food contamination. So again, we need to learn something. Hata kama si formal, you need to learn something about how to maybe use the inputs and all to ensure that food contamination is not an option. It's not
actually people are let me not call people. I don't really understand when people say food contamination and how does it happen. Maybe someone out there is asking.
Food contamination can come in so many
ways. It's broad.
You can you can spray so much
pesticides on you
can
use more fertilizer.
Exactly.
That's what we call food contamination. It's not cooked food.
And then now harvest na bado haija hiyo nini ume harvest before the pesticides are ume spray tu jana ume harvest leo. That one will be contaminated and it will pose a danger to the human consumption.
Actually, our farm personnel yesterday told me that he will spring some, I don't know if it's pesticides on the crops out in our farm here. And he actually told me this these cabbages are not going to be eaten for the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So that's maybe just for cabbages. So
that's maybe for cabbages.
Yeah.
Maybe for squash wiki to avoid food contamination.
Yeah.
Like the risk of you eating or consuming food that has been contaminated just because you didn't read the labels well, you didn't know how to do it or how long to take.
Yeah.
How long does a crop take after you sprayed pesticide on it before consuming it?
That is true.
Yeah.
And of course, again, I think farm education improves sources of our livelihoods. Yeah. As farmers, our lifestyle improves and all because now we have the knowledge and we know how best to maneuver through our farms and increase our yields, increase our produce, maybe even marketing and just how to make your farm a business. So that's another advantage of farm education. Without it, honestly, you cannot be able to maneuver through. So livelihoods zetu zinabaki tu where they were at standstill, and we need to improve the lifestyle of this farmer.
Talking of livelihoods, I think livelihoods improve if we increase the profits.
Exactly.
This is through the knowledge.
Exactly.
So like this is a very broad thing that's actually connected. If you have the knowledge in farming, you increase your profits, therefore you increase your living standards, you increase the yields that you're producing from your farm, and so much more.
Exactly. And another thing is also that it is important to know about this education because you also get to know the main sources of the raw materials, where to get whatever you want. Raw materials too, zote za plantings.
And everything.
Yes, it actually encourages you to know the main sources, where to get it. At least unajua umeambiwa unaweza pata maybe kani seedlings unaweza pata hapa this place. This time is the best time to buy them. They will
check
be able
this
to exactly they will germinate and nini in this time, this period of time. At least rains zitakuwa zimekuja, so you'll have so many basic you'll have knowledge on how just best to to get these raw materials and get the best and all. And even after harvesting, like you'll know what to do with whatever you have, your produce and your products. Yes,
that you have at hand.
Exactly.
Another importance of this knowledge is financial management decisions, and also discover new economic opportunities.
Yeah.
By economic opportunities, maybe this is your market, and financial decisions. Now this is where it comes in. Without knowledge on how to manage your finances, then you're going to produce maybe a certain amount of crops, you sell them, and maybe this money you invest less on your farm. You end up like gaining losses because you didn't invest as much as it's supposed to be, maybe on fertilizers, on equipment, on your farm personnel and everything. So this knowledge helps you to make good financial decisions.
That is true.
And also the economic part, whereby you know your market, when is the best.
Market.
Knowing your market is everything.
It is everything, honestly. And even you yourself, how to market
your product, yes, exactly. And how to market yourself.
Your people are learning from YouTube how to market, how to do this.
Everything it has, because at the end of the day, pesa mfukoni.
But have you ever seen a farmer with a YouTube channel trying to
market the thing? Yeah. Just trying to see what they're doing. There's this, I don't know, there's this YouTube channel for this young farmer, but I don't think she's marketing. She just says what she's doing about planting. What are these mushrooms? On how she plants mushroom and how she sells them, but now you have to market yourself.
Kabisa.
I am selling
also
this
on Instagram, but it's on social media platforms. Yeah, nowadays people are marketing on TikTok.
Everywhere, just market you. Like just put like a small advert, and people are, because you can't. You're going. I have a question. How long can you stay without your smartphone, or how long can you stay without internet?
Take it even for a whole week.
You can stay without it.
Imagine.
But now a number of people, most people, like if you take this phone away, then you've taken their life. Because maybe mtu akikatu mali, it's the phone. Go through social media, Instagram, ako TikTok, arudi aende Twitter, arudi aende like. Yeah. So that's we are saying this because social media is the best platform to market your.
Now digital platforms sell.
they sell. Like right
Yeah.
now, people are more on their phone than even on TV.
Exactly, and you
Yes.
can only get to know that even from learning the trends and all.
And everything.
So there's a little bit of learning also there. You
That you need to have.
Yes.
Yes.
Another thing is also understand the implications of public policies
Mm-hmm.
on their operations. Like honestly, what is the agricultural industry? How is the
Pricing.
calendar looking like?
The pricing.
Yes, the circles, the
Mm-hmm.
nini, the fundings. Where can we get these policies on how to maybe take care of you as a farmer, take care of you as a farmer,
And take care of your farm.
and take care of your farm. Yes, it's just the regulations and the rules and regulations that revolve around this industry that just ensure maybe the market prices are also regulated.
Because of the market prices, we have this
Exactly.
new hashtag that's trending, hashtag lower the food prices.
Exactly.
Now this, it ends with the farmer.
But I think someone even asked the question.
Should we blame the
Mseme
farmer
tu ni pesa imekuwa kidogo ama ni bei ya chakula imekuwa mingi. So honestly, that's a very good question because also the economy is really bad. So
Currently,
I mean,
people are
I would
saying
say
hakuna
pesa imekuwa
chakula,
kidogo.
hakuna kupiga kura.
Okay.
People are saying that kama hakuna chakula, we're not
Hakuna-
voting.
But we
Because
saw,
people are thinking that it's because of the election that the food prices have gone
But
high.
Prezo generally, he flagged off a couple of trucks yesterday for food from State House yesterday. I saw zikaendea watu.
Okay.
Food, it's called what? Food nini? Alipeana chakula. A couple of trucks, huge trucks. Like 5 or something yesterday.
With
Flag
food.
off. Yeah. with
But
food.
now this is kupeana, and we have these people buying.
But they're trying to say they're trying to ensure sustainability, like now a sustainable solution to all this, like not just now
providing food
today and then now tomorrow
there's no
won't,
food,
but
yeah.
they're trying to work on that as this new people who want to come to this government. So that's another thing. We need to understand the policies and how it protects the farmer, how it protects food security, and just to know, just to be in the know. So unaona hata constitution lazima pia ujue na vitu kama hizi. Stay close
lazima
to
ujue what's trending.
your leaders and all. And also use of new technologies and tools
Techniques,
to enhance at least operations and all. Like we're saying, the tractors and nini. I think you need some sort of education. To learn how to operate them. Exactly.
And how to do you need education. We're starting to change the mind of these farmers.
Yes.
You need,
but the
because
thing
of the
is,
new
it
the
doesn't
technology,
have to be.
It doesn't have to be formal.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it can
You need education, but it doesn't have to be formal. You
Yes.
don't have to go to campus for you to be a successful farmer.
Exactly.
Just need the knowledge.
But
the skills.
they will get the knowledge, and I am sure some of the things that people are even asking is what kind of skills do honestly these farmers have?
Need.
Because yes, we are seeing all these benefits of getting this education, but what kind of skills do you need? Because yes, you've applied the scientific discoveries, you've now known how to use, but which skills will help you at least make sure that your farm is being productive, even with this education. So education una need to acquire certain skills for you just to stay in check and manage your your farm. Some of them being maybe as little as management skills.
Yeah.
You just imagine you need management skills in your farm. You need to manage how the day-to-day operations are running.
Your personnel
For sure.
Your livestock. You need
your
just
farm
don't
plan.
Just wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm going to the farm now.
Exactly.
Today, what am I going to do? Ndajulia mbele. No, you need to know. Tomorrow, I'm going to hire people to maybe to plow this specific part of land, or I'm going to look for fertilizer, or I'm going to do something. You just need to manage your farm in the best possible way.
Exactly. So management skill is top. So hata ukiona watu wanaenda kusoma, don't think we are trying out for white collar jobs. Even for kawaida the farm, it needs management. So you might need even to hire some people maybe to manage your farm. Exactly.
That's
so honestly, you need to get this knowledge on how, and kama wewe who just study, if you've not studied your farm well,
then
no one can be able to manage your
farm because you're the one who knows.
You
know
give
how
the
to
directions exactly.
You know which part of your land works best.
Exactly, when
planting.
you're harvesting, when you're spraying, exactly. So small things when you need to weed, when you need to all these things, transplant. So there are a couple of things that need management skills. Farming needs management skills.
In short,
so
farming.
A farmer needs to have management skills as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another skill that a farmer I think should have is the problem-solving skill. Because farming is a risk. It's an art, yes, but it's a profession that people refer it as try and error.
Okay.
Because you're going to plant a crop, you are not even sure. Not leave alone being sure. You don't even know if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. So just trying it out, and if it works, fine. If it doesn't, I'm going to try it a new other way. That's why you need to solve this problem. Maybe, for example, you were expecting rains, they didn't come. What am I going to do? Because you're not going to sit there and watch your crops dry. You need to figure out how to solve this problem of not having sufficient rains or maybe mvua imenyesha sana. How are you going to do that? So you as a farmer, you need this skill. Note it down. The problem solving skill, it's a major
very important
skill that a farmer needs to have.
Yes, so problem solving, that is one of it. And another one, hii hata sijui how wamama tuna survive out there, but now mechanical and repairing.
To survive, we're managing.
And repairing skills.
We usually overcome.
Sasa wheelbarrow ikiharibika hapo. That's why I think now for us women here, management skills will go hand in hand with mechanical and repairing, because we'll hire someone to help us do this.
Because you don't know even how to go. Maybe you have your truck that exports, maybe your crops to the market, and it breaks down. How to end up kuingia huko chini? You're not saying that you can't, but maybe if you don't have the know-how, you need to have the management skill of you calling someone to come and repair a truck, to come and repair a wheelbarrow, or maybe your plowing machine. You need to find a way of how to repair and solve this problem that you have encountered of a breakdown of your wheelbarrow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Another skill that is really making me happy here is interpersonal skills. You think, yes, we have mentioned about education, but you need this interpersonal skills. This one you cannot get in education, but it is highly required
and recommended.
And
recommended, yes.
Because now, you need these interpersonal skills to actually be able to effectively communicate well with your customers and with the buyers, interact with them, interact with people in the market.
Not forgetting the people up on the ground, your
workers and all. Yes, so interpersonal skill. This is important.
Just when you go to the farm and you're told by the crates zanya zimefika zimerudi chini, maybe we're expecting maybe it's 10,000, but the market today is very low, so I'm going to buy your crate at 7,000. Bana acha ikae, like you can't survive, you can't do that. Just know how to talk to them. We're like, okay, I know imefika 7,000, but what if just we push it to 8,500? We go half.
Negotiation skills.
Yeah,
that is the thing. Now interpersonal skills ni muhimu. So clearly, if you don't think that formal education is really important, at least try and acquire some of these skills that you're saying, because they will go a long way when it comes to farming and all to you as a farmer. And also another thing is time management. Really important. You know, there's a time this farmer or these farmers work from sunrise to sunset,
from morning to evening.
Exactly.
God.
Exactly.
Because they have to. Because they have to. Maybe we're going to do what? Maybe we are weeding our maize. We have a specific a specific period of time whereby we have to have already weeded, because by the next week we should be doing something else in the different portion of land. So just don't take maybe you can take a day off, but
sense that you won't miss the good harvesting season, or maybe something important in the
when to plant, when is the rain season. Exactly. That's what we refer to time management.
Make sure you manage yourself well, not to at least good time management skills will help you operate efficiently
and also meet the market demand.
Exactly. And consistently. Leo utapata again kesho, because now you know this routine helped me gain this kind of money last time, so I need planning to improve or get better, or maybe stick to it. And harvesting last time at this point was very helpful and very productive and very so profitable. You need to do it again now, this time, same time. So time management
is very important. Yes.
Yes. And also again, organizational skills. Organizational
skills, because you just don't go to the farm or wheelbarrow. You just need to take it, bring it here. You need to know that I have planted specific, so I'm going to write it down that by this period I need this time, this fertilizer to input. It just need to be organized, like jua size nafaa kuwa naweka fertilizer, tomorrow I'm going to water my crops, the other day I'm going to do this and this.
For organizational skills also, it is very important in maybe keeping records on whatever
paperwork.
You're doing. Paperwork, financial records, the records of fertilizers that you've been using, pesticides that you've been using. This organization, at least the next time you're going to buy for a fertilizer, you will know the one that you used last time, the amount that you used last time. Okay, this time I planted this number of seedlings, we've transplanted this, and this is the profit that it is really key. You can organize yourself in the best possible way, at least for you to ensure efficiency in your farm. Kabisa. And we just want to take a short commercial break before we come back with more skills that a farmer requires, and how education is important, and not only the formal education, but also non-formal and the informal on the farmer. It really brings the productivity and sustainability. So we're coming back with more.
Don't forget the question of the day, which was, how did you gain the skills that you have in farming? Were they self-taught, or did you learn from someone, or did you go to school? How did you get to learn the skills that you have in farming? And you can comment down on our comment section below on our Facebook page. We are at Farmers Media. We are live right now on Facebook and also on YouTube, so you can actually share this message. Maybe kuna mtu mwenye like anataka ku venture into farming, but what am I supposed to do? What does it entail? What am I supposed to know exactly? So you can just share this information widely with your friends and everyone, actually. Yes, and we also can follow us on our social media platforms, Farmers Media, on Facebook, on Instagram, Farmers with a Z, and Twitter as well. Tweets.
Coming back.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there's at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Spinach is a dark leafy vegetable that originated in Persia. Spinach is a superfood as it is loaded with tons of nutrients in a low-calorie package. Spinach has been used by various cultures throughout the history. Spinach is a versatile vegetable and can be eaten raw or cooked. It can be incorporated quite easily in any diet as it is cheap and easy to prepare. Amaranthus, or locally known as terere, is a highly nutritious vegetable that is cultivated and consumed as a leafy vegetable in many parts of the world. It's easy to grow, matures fast, as it takes an incredible shorter period than most traditional crops. There are many species of Amaranthus, with some green and others red in color. When growing Amaranthus, ensure the soil is well drained and rich in phosphorus, and most importantly, ensure the seeds are well distributed to achieve an even spread when establishing a green Amaranthus field. Amaranthus is especially loved for its tender leaves and for their healthy dose of ions, vitamins, and a range of minerals.
Karibuni tena. Welcome back to the mid-morning show right here at A Farmers Media. Remember, my name is Zaitun Ali.
And my name is Masi Kemunto.
And remember, the topic has been farmer education. What kind of skills and education does this farmer need for them to succeed in their farming and to make just food production sustainable in this country? So we've seen that formal education is important, but also same as
non-formal education
and informal education.
Yeah.
And these skills are actually some of the skills they acquire based on talent. Yes, based on apprenticeship. They learned from someone else and all. That is still education. And bora tu iko helpful, very, very helpful to the farmer and to the farm. Honestly, it is okay. No need to get the PhDs, like we said. No need to get the masters and all. But just ensure you're getting your profits well. We are watching the climate in the best possible way, environment, on how we're going to use the farm inputs, how we're going to also, of using the farm inputs, meaning protecting the plants as well, and because they are safe for making sure they are safe for human consumption. Yes. So now we were just mentioning a few of the skills that even farmers acquire aside from the formal education, and these skills are, some of them are problem solving skills, management, exactly, interpersonal skills, time management as well. And another one is
we said about the organizational skills, the paperwork, the financials, and everything. Make
sure that everything is kept on record. And also another one is this one we didn't mention, but adaptability. Adaptability is a skill that is really important for a farmer. Adapt to the climate change, adapt to the market prices, fluctuations,
and everything. You have to adapt. You have there's no way out actually.
Exactly.
Just have to adapt.
I think this is even the main skill that farmers need.
If there's no rain, you need to
different farming methods. Exactly.
So I'm going to use irrigation.
Adapt to the new farming methods,
the smart farming, the new technology. Yes.
So adaptability is it is really important, and making sure at least you're flexible. After, if you're getting how much losses, even if the things that the fruits that you've harvested they've arrived, adapt and just find another thing that you can do for them, find value addition and all. So it is really important to gain this skill. Adaptability is another one. So another one,
we have the technology.
Exactly.
Technology is everything. Like, it's basically currently technology is everything for a farmer. As I said, please don't be stuck at one point. Adopt to smart farming. Like, what are people doing out here? If it's the drone farming, if it's using the Plantix, the app to figure out what your crop is suffering from.
Yes.
You just find out what is trending and what's new in our world of
what
technology.
Kinds of pesticides are people using? What kinds of
fertilizer are people using? Which is the best fertilizer? Which is the best pesticide to use in your farm? You need to know what's trending.
So on the best ways to improve your cultivation, harvest, storage, transport, even transportation. You need to know what kind of technology you're going to use. Again,
earlier on we had posted a question: how did you gain your skill?
Exactly.
As a farmer, was it self-taught? Did you go to school about it? Then I'm going to read some of the comments on Facebook. We have Adams Ombiro. He's saying that I went to campus, graduated in 2020, but now I'm a farmer. I'm actually rearing rabbits, but he doesn't have any background in agriculture. He did because of lack of employment. So he was like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to sit. That is Adams Ombire. He said that I ventured into rabbit farming, and he taught himself.
But then, most of the people are going into farming. The farming industry are people who just have available land and available resources. Just because they are available, people are trying out. So most of the people in farming, any trial and error, and you say so many people are trying, and some are working, and some methods are working, some are not. But one thing I also think that we can add about the skills is resilience. Farmers are really resilient, and they're pushing on. So if this is not working, they're trying another thing. And a good thing about farming is there's a variety of crop, variety of farming methods. Yes. So you can just try each and everything. So at least we are Then
we have Joseph Ofula. I'm saying I'm from Kakamega, and I am planting a lot of strawberries.
Wow.
But this knowledge, he had the interest from high school. He said, I did agriculture in high school and therefore needed to venture into it and learn more.
Nice.
That is just
so that one is one of the few that formal education has helped
them. Continue commenting
there.
And you're going to read your comments. Yes,
that's a nice one. And as I was talking to you as we were preparing for this show, I just came across something that was really amazing in my research. Maybe I can just inform you on farmer education and the agricultural extension right here in the world, how we're feeding the world. And there's a saying that not actually a saying, but they were saying that farmer education programs are really needed, and they
farmer education programs.
Yes, they need education, but the programs will work well as opposed to the formal education. And farmer education programs, to them, they feel that they will increase the local food availability. They will also increase farmer income, and they will also increase the sustainability of agricultural practices. So, walikuwa wana come up na curriculum.
A curriculum for farmers. Actually told me there's a curriculum.
Exactly.
The same way we use in it, like in campus before you start a unit. You call it unit. Like you need to go through your curriculum. So in this unit I'm going to learn ABCD.
Exactly.
And by the end of the unit I should be able to do ABCD.
Yes, so this is something they came up with, a farmer curricula. Okay, so this curricula will regionally and specifically include such which crops to grow based on growing environment that
where you are in, the climate, the availability of water, the norms,
and nutritional value, the profit. So what type of crops to grow? That is the first one. The other one is how to implement sustainable agricultural methods of farming to maximize the yields. Yes.
So at the end of the day, it's the yields.
Exactly. You're number 2 of this curricula. And the third one, how to use mechanized farming tools. The 3 basic things
that the program should entail.
Exactly.
Their curriculum.
The curricula should entail what you're going to grow, how to use use the resources available, and also the farm tools,
the farm inputs that are available.
Exactly. And how just to make it sustainable. See at leo alafu kesho tena. Yeah, so that is it. And on this curricula, the first stage
of farming.
You
actually told me the farming methods.
Yes.
Because that's where you have to start.
Exactly. You need to know what kind of farming methods are there. Even for a starter, this is the farmer's curriculum. Farming method. Okay.
Because good farming methods create yields.
Yes.
They actually increase your yields.
Exactly.
If you have the perfect farming methods, you have the skills still come in. You have organized yourself that in this season I'm going to plant maize, and these are the specific methods that I'm going to be using throughout the season. Hakuna kukanyaga huku na kutoka huku kuja huku wengine.
So farming methods ni hizi, and you need to promote the practices that maximize yield and minimize negative effects on the environment. So that is the goal number 1 for these farming methods. Goal number 2 is spark interest in and introduce alternative farming methods. So farming methods, yes, ziko to spark alternative farming methods to be used during different times of climate, of different types of soil. So we need to introduce the different farming methods. And another goal is also promote sustainability in the agriculture. So you're your stage 1 of this curriculum.
And at the end of this stage 1, you should be able to have known the other methods of farming and how to have a sustainable agriculture.
Exactly. Yes. So the potential topics in this stage 1, the farming methods, are things like crop rotation,
the cover crops,
polyculture, soil enrichment.
There's so many topics.
Exactly. Irrigation, recycling, hydroponics,
food storing and processing.
Exactly. So these are the topics
that fall under stage 1.
That's
the farming methods.
Use this curricula for us.
We can farmers
be educating farmers. You can let us know if this is what you want to hear from us about crop rotation, cover crops. We can
soil enrichment,
and talk to farmers about each and every stage of them.
and then some of
Food
the
storing and processing
topics that are found under farming
that one
methods.
can be done on the farm drive as
Irrigation, natural pest predators.
Yes.
Tell us if you think that this is a good curriculum that we can discuss with farmers out there, as you join us in our shows every day, and tell us if you think that we can work out this. Yes.
Career development in stage 2 of this curriculum
to increase career opportunities.
Of course, we want career opportunities to increase. We want to provide farmers with management skills. We want to prepare farmers for the market. Do
farmers actually have competitions?
Yes, they do, and that is why we want to teach them alternative farming methods and also different crops at least to reduce the competition. We can't all be planting onions
or tomatoes or carrots.
So that's why we want to introduce other crops and other farming methods, at least to minimize the competition. At least tunajua huyu kuna hii, there's a variety. Yeah, there's somewhere I found out that another Niger couple was introduced to capsicum. Hey, they never had done that farming.
They've never planted capsicum before.
Exactly. And ilifanya waomoke
just planting capsicum.
Exactly, because now at least they reduce the competition.
Because if everyone is planting maize, then therefore you're going to have some crop losses.
For them, it took them to the next level. Yeah. So that is for stage 2 career development, and then the potential topics here can be agriculture,
economics,
farm management. We've talked about marketing, farm management all the time. Yes, marketing is another theme.
We have the leadership development,
and agriculture related career topics. So yeah, this curricula can be awesome. Yes, so if it's something that you need to learn, also a few things here and there, most of them also we've touched on our shows, especially for management,
the marketing,
we have for sure. So clearly education is important. You see guys,
very important.
When farmers have a curriculum, exactly. So yeah, just those are the things that that is stage 1 and stage 2
of the curriculum.
Yes,
the farmers should have. Okay, now we are learning.
Yes, that is it. So at least tukaambiwa mpaka the benefits of the cover crops, crop rotation, blah blah blah. Yani we just are trying to find ways to maybe reduce soil erosion, strengthening the soil structure, adding organic matter,
reducing or suppressing weeds and pests in the farm, because they're the enemies in the farm.
So that is why education is important, just to make sure that it is sustainable and we are actually looking at the environment and maintaining it in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you think about the curriculum?
I could, if it's the same way you take a product to the market and if you ask someone, can you buy it? I think I can actually consider that curriculum, because I think it's broad. It has a variety of topics, like it's covering everything from finances to marketing to planting, production, before planting, after planting, and everything. Yes. So these farmers, I think we need the knowledge. We need the knowledge, because we said and we agreed on, for us to be able to feed the population in 2050, we have to produce 25% more of what we're producing right now.
Exactly.
For us to be able to feed that population, so we need to do things different.
I'm sure it will increase the productivity in all the possible way, and these programs actually can not only this curriculum. Of course, we can't come and teach you like
one day
kama kitabu one by
so
one.
Page 1.
So there are programs out there that we need to. There are circles, there are groups out there for farmers who are talking about these programs and trainings. There is the agricultural ministry that is also handing these trainings as well. So it is very important for a farmer to at least go and check and maybe improve the skill in one way or another. Maybe listen to another farmer talking in the groups. That's also another way to learn.
And that's why I'm encouraging people to join the African Farmers Club on Facebook. As you said, it has a lot of posts every day. You connect, learn and grow. Just join the African Farmers Club. It's on Facebook. Just follow the group, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of knowledge from that group.
Exactly.
And to learn more, actually.
Exactly. So yes, farmer education and agricultural extension for me is top notch. It's key. It's
important.
Very, very important.
I've started to support you now. I think I'm going to support you in this farmers.
Yes.
Education is important.
Exactly. And before we even take a short commercial break, remember another education that we got here. This is Omnia products. Omnia products are coming through. In terms of, we have the Rhizovita right here. Rhizovita.
And I have the mega cap.
So for me, the Rhizovita is actually best in root root enhancement, and at least it improves the nutrient availability and fertilizer responsiveness when you put it in the roots. It's mostly for the roots, root development in the best possible way. And then also it's a promotion of beneficial microorganisms, at least the earthworms. When you know you have microorganisms in your soil, you know you're good to go. Yes. So, and also it accelerates the root growth. Accelerating the root growth means now unajua roots zinaingia huko ndani ziki-expand, and now they are grabbing all the water and mineral salts. So at least this improves the nutrients, and also it improves yield quality and also profitability. So Rhizovita for your roots, root development, yes, it is amazing for you. What do you have there?
I have the mega cap. I also that actually plants. I learned the other day that plants have stress.
Exactly.
So this is mega. It's a liquid fertilizer and it's a growth stimulant. It's you use it when your leaves have a bigger surface area.
Okay.
That's when you apply it, and it what does it do? It boosts root growth, and it also improves the crop resilience to stress, as I've told you. Apparently crops pia zinakuwa na stress.
Inamea mali hakuna maji.
You cool it down with this. Ukipanda kama kuna maji ama ukimwagia maji. So this is the best stress reliever for the crops. Nani energizer pia. It also improves the fruit set.
Yes.
So this is Mega Kelp from Omnia. You can find their products. You can reach their website, and that's where you get these products.
Yes. So that is it from Omnia, and we are taking a short commercial break. We'll be right back as we wind up of this discussion for the day.
Don't forget to answer the question.
Yes, on our social media handles, our Farmers Media on Facebook, our Farmers with a Z on Instagram. Remember, we are live on YouTube and on Facebook.
Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates a worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits. Eggplant is an elongated shaped and dark purple fruit, and its leaves are large, ovate, and slightly lobed. Eggplant is a perennial crop but grown commercially as annual. Eggplant grows best in well-drained sandy loam, or the soil pH should be between 5.8 and 6.5 for best growth. Eggplant requires a regular watering and steadily warm growing conditions.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Welcome back.
Karibu, karibu.
We are so excited that you're still stuck here with us. So this is the Mid-Morning Show with me, Masi Kemunto, and
Zaitun Ali.
And this is a Farmers Media, where we connect, learn, and grow as we tell the story of an African farmer, so that you can attain knowledge. This is what we're doing today, and as well grow your profits. So before the show ends, right now, I want to tell you a proverb.
Allah.
We have a proverb of the day.
Okay.
And so today, the proverb, I'm going to ask our Madam Director to put up the product so that everyone can be in the same page, and we see what does this proverb really mean.
Yeah.
And what do proverbs mean? Because you use your proverbs in composition, You remember that?
To add spice.
To spice up.
Make it interesting. But I think Proverbs make you have a deeper meaning to something. It will make you just sit down and think twice. Okay, what does it really mean?
What does it really mean?
Yeah.
What does this really mean? So we have ifs, but and supposes we're building materials. Cowards would be living in mansions.
What?
So I want to ask
really? If ifs and buts.
If ifs and buts and supposes we're building materials.
I think Kenyans would have mansions.
Because
So
you're
they
like
will be mansion owners.
mansion owners go like,
Especially
if,
me.
but it won't like, but so please write for me. What if? So
Yeah.
so today that's our proverb. If ifs and buts were to be building materials, then
Yes.
I will be having my own mansion, a classy one, kwanza, fully furnished.
Okay.
Because at some point we like giving excuses,
But
son.
honestly, I
But
think life
you see,
sometimes gets too hard.
Yeah,
You just feel
like,
yourself like
what if-
yes. But at least now a proverb makes you think further than that. Clearly, we don't have mansions. Meaning ifs and buts and supposes are really not working.
They're not working.
Yeah,
But
they're
if they were to
not
be working, then we'll be having our own
But
mansions.
we will at least take up the duty and just make sure we be productive throughout the whole week. This is a new week we're beginning, so make sure you're being productive in each and everything you're doing, in your farm, in your workplace, in everything you're doing. And remember, while we were insisting on farmer education, whether formal, informal, or non-formal, are because of the following points. Just to focus more on new farm businesses, and instead of just educating farmers here and there to who are taking over established farms. We just don't need to keep on telling them that you need to do this, you need to do this. No, we just want to create new opportunities and
For
new farm
farmers.
businesses. Yes,
And
already
then
we know
the
you
need
have
to
farms.
increase your living standards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So new farm businesses, at least new opportunities to reduce the competition and all. And another thing is also often center on sustainable agricultural practices. So sustainability is
the most important thing.
That is what will ensure food security in the world right now. Sawa.
Yeah.
And another thing also farmer education is helping is at least serve
To farming, but they're not sure how to start, how to do it.
Exactly.
So this is where the farmer education comes in.
Yeah, not
You-
only just even beginners, but in
For
all
farmers.
levels of experiences.
But at the end of the
yeah.
each and every single day is a learning process.
Exactly.
So today you learn something, tomorrow you learn something new. You just don't stop learning.
Yeah.
Because for farming, you learn that okay, now this fertilizer doesn't work, so I need to look for a different type of fertilizer.
Exactly.
So that's why I say each and every single day is a learning process for farmers.
So farmer education is very important. Another one is just go beyond production skills by incorporating topics like business development, land access, financial management. So it's just not about production. Like how to plant, how to harvest. We're just also letting you see beyond that.
Post-production.
There's financial management, there's farm management, there's business development.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Apart from harvesting.
Yes,
past harvesting.
Because we know you're great farmers, but beside that, we need to get these management skills and all these skills, organization skills, at least to be able to improve our living standards and livelihoods. Yes.
Yeah.
Another one is also provide social networking opportunities. So this education, of course, the trainings will help you
go and meet new
connect with
people,
other farmers. Yes.
Learn how they're doing and what they're doing different.
Exactly.
So you have
See
to
how their farms are
you have
looking
to
like.
attend these trainings
Yeah,
and the
they're very
seminars.
important.
Yeah, they're very much important.
Especially the ones that are being even hosted by the agricultural government, the
Ministry of Agriculture.
The Ministry of Agriculture,
Ministry.
Yes, so you get to connect so much. You get to know the policies that are going on.
You need to meet,
get to know what is
to meet
working
new
for the
people and
farmers.
how
Exactly, what is going on in the market, how to just maneuver, and you get to learn from the experiences of other people as well as your own. So yes, social networking opportunities, top notch. Okay. Another one is focus on hands-on learning with a more place-based knowledge focus. Hands-on experience.
Practical.
Exactly, very practical.
If it's using this, you go and do it practically. So this is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to use my farm inputs and everything.
Yeah, hands-on approach is really important with farming because there's so much to be done. At least farming education can let you know on how to do all this. And then lastly is very in organizational structure, organizational structure from academic institutions to non-profits and farmer networks, like all these organizational structures, the education that we're getting, like we are all linking it together to farm networks and see how they're going to help
the farmers.
Yes, they're going to help the farmers.
Yeah.
When you want to provide the trainings, all the non-profit organizations that are helping the farmers during this time of maybe global warming, climate change, all those coming together, we're just trying to let you know that they can help you in your farm networks and everything that you're doing in your farm. So basically that is what farmers education mean, and that is how
important it is. It's actually very important
to you as the farmer. Yes, farmer education is really important.
And so we're almost coming to the end of the show, and we have learned a number of things. Personally, I think I'm going to cross this red carpet. That's how you used to say in primary. And I'm urging my fellow opponent to cross the red carpet, come and join me and say and join and support this motion that says that farm education is very much important, and it's key. You don't have to kufika campus and everything, but at least you need to have the knowledge of farming. You need to know the technology, everything, the skills that you need